All right. I think I'm going on YouTube. YouTube's where my audience currently lives. Good, not a very expansive audience, but we're here. Uh, yeah, I'm just on the struggle bus with this whole streaming thing. So anybody who's with me, I sincerely appreciate it. It is not very easy to do this. We're still learning. So let's get some other stuff going here as I prep to begin working on Bayport, Michigan. Let's see. Gotta go find where all the folders are set up. Pop open some of our streaming assets. Let's put on a little bit of a Spyro. If the music is too loud, please let me know. Otherwise, I will just have to rely on the levels, which isn't always very reliable, you know? I tried messing with it last night, and it kind of worked, it kind of didn't, so... yeah. What's up, Wisdomic? How you doing? Just kind of getting everything all set up here. It's a... oh, man. One day I'll have a recipe set for this on how all of this works. Maybe I'll get a dedicated monitor to get this going, but here we are. Okay, so I'm just gonna load the map and start working on it. Oh, actually, that's not how I wanted to start this. Let's go back. We're going to load up some of the camera settings just to kind of get a general overview before we start working on things. I think I'm on bushes. That's the stage we're at right now. Starting to get some foliage into this map, and I'm excited about that. Alright, just so I don't drive myself insane with the music either. I like the music, but it'll chill my... gives me something to listen to while I mess around on this map. So... this is Bayport, Michigan. Now, why did I choose a very flat map? Well, as you can see on the right side of your screen, there are marshlands, low-lying, shallow areas that I really wanted to... low-lying, I don't know, but just shallow areas that have an abundance of just foliage and everything. So I wanted really that Northern American feel, you know? So this whole area will be full of trees, and I've got the marshlands all textured out, and you can see it's very flat, but that's the idea. I wanted expansive farmlands and all that type of stuff, so that was kind of the idea behind this map. And I have some other interesting little tidbits to it too once I get to it. And all of these farms are actually authentic to the actual plots of land in real life, or based on whenever this satellite photo is taken. So there's going to be trees here. I'm going to try to actually detail in all these little farms. I'm not going to get too crazy, maybe just a couple barns and a bunch of trees. And the other idea I have, though, is the shape of the tiles are going to be based off of the shape of the land. So by that I mean, you see this big old square? Well, one of the tiles is probably going to be the size of these farms, right? And so the idea is you're going to start off over here, and you have your starting tile. You're going to redevelop this land. It's going to be a sprawling city. Maybe there's a boom. I don't know. But you're going to annex the land as if you're buying the farmer's land. I don't know. It's kind of a little fun make-believe thing that I hope people will appreciate. This quarry as well. you'll have to buy that quarry. This will probably, I think I'm going to put it into 2 big tiles. And you could choose to turn it into another quarry, or you could redevelop it. The idea is to slow the player down. People might not like having to delete all of these details. That's gonna suck for some people, but that's not for them. This is for the players who like pre-established. Like, sometimes cities pop up out of areas that are already developed, and that's the challenge to it. So after you buy this plot of land, you're gonna have to redevelop it, you know, prep the land for the new development, you know, mess with demolish whatever, you know, all that kind of thing. And balloons, appreciate you, thank you. Yeah, like, I don't know, I had a few people say maybe it's time to try a couple new biomes and see what's up, and I'm like, you know what, I haven't done a flat map yet. And when I say flat, I mean that very loosely. Like, this is an actual LiDAR height map from the 1 meter height maps over, or 1 meter LiDAR scans over in Michigan, because Michigan seemed to have an abundance of that. So yeah, exactly. See if I'm saying your name, Wisdomic. That's always been my, I don't know, if you look at some of my older videos as well, this whole idea of redeveloping farmlands and growing cities that way, through rural areas, and having it already pre-established, like you're a mayor who just comes in and is elected and now has to do all this other stuff. That was a concept that I've been developing for years. Sounds very complicated now, but it's just something a playstyle I've been adopting for years, and now Cities Skylines 2 has really made it possible. So the progress on the map so far, I have lots to do yet. I spent the last like 2 weeks tracing in all of these farms. It's very jagged, it's ragged, it's whatever you want to call it. These water sources are also a pain in the ass. Making these bridges in the editor was a pain in the ass. So we've already got power lines and everything in here, and this time they won't collide. By that I mean the Wanaka map, people had to search for them. They had to accidentally find out that there was a power line there. This time they're tall enough to where you could just build under them or destroy them. We're getting a glimpse at the start of my process here to kind of blend in the surface textures with these bushes, right? I was going to put dead bushes, but yeah. And by bushes, I use that term lightly. These are oak trees again. But I wanted to kind of give it, you know, give the ditches a feel. There's also going to be some spots where there's some fences too. I just have to figure out how to make that look right, you know? What else? I'm really proud, and I've done some testing on the marshlands to see how I want to situate some of this. So the marshlands, they have a texture to them, so I'll show that. I think it's a vastly underappreciated technique for map making, is creating texture in the land. So this is supposed to be like marshy land, and since I use the forestry surface, it adds that very muddy, marshy look to it. And then I just use one of the tools to gently just add these little indentations to make it look like, you know, water's been draining in and out, back and forth. So I'll put a bunch of trees over here soon. The testing with the bushes looked really good. This area, depending on the tide, and this is a Great Lake too, so yes, the Great Lakes get tides. But sometimes this is underwater, sometimes it's not, so we'll see. One other thing I might do, just for my own play style, I'm not going to release it like this, but I'm probably going to replace the unplayable height map a little bit in this corner. Maybe just put some mountains. I'm a huge fan of mountains, but my released version is probably gonna be this flat version for people who want it to be authentic. Maybe I'm considering creating a Patreon soon, and so I'm thinking I'll add all of these map making files that people can browse through for anyone who wants to support me, and it's gonna be real cheap. It's gonna be like $3 to $5, but I don't want to spoil what I've got going with me here by making it too much about, you know, a cup of coffee or money. I just like doing this. This stuff's freaking cool. The water, we're gonna see what problems develop in the next few weeks as we continue to develop the map and change some of the details. But I'm really excited. I wasn't sure how this was gonna actually pan out. So, like, I went through all sorts of different kinds of maps. I really wanted to do northern Minnesota, but there's not enough LiDAR data up there. The Mississippi map was another idea. Silt, Colorado was one, but that one ended up being, I don't know. I was really compelled to do a giant flat map like this. So, yeah. Hopefully the music is all right, but. Yeah, balloons. I spend a lot of time on these maps. Like, it gets me through the week, I would say, because, you know, come home, grab a dinner, spend 2 hours a night, 2 or 3 hours a night, just kind of messing with the map, much to the displeasure of the girlfriend. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I spend a lot of time on these maps. It's kind of like coming home and painting, you know. So I would say on average, every map probably has about 12 to 24 hours at least at the lowest of work, maybe more. If I look at my Steam hour count, it's already in the hundreds. I think I'm at like 600 for Cities Skylines 2. This game's really shaping up to be, I think people are gonna find out that it's gonna be a lot better than the first Cities Skylines now that it's starting to mature and we're starting to get all the tools back. I don't know, have you guys seen the new road tool? I forgot who made it, but I was just looking at the video for it. You can literally add lanes in game. Oh, we're gonna see how that goes. Teddy Radko is telling me that I could use the Move It tool in the editor, just it doesn't have a UI. So I haven't created those binds yet, but that'll come in handy later. But what do you guys think of the quarry here, though? This is an actual quarry. Here. Yeah, this is an actual quarry. This is the actual height map for the quarry. And I tried to replicate some of the water and some of the rocks. Yes, TDW. Okay, good. Yeah, thank you. Man, I'm so excited for that. That and some of the, I think Move It is gonna have a copy tool. That, see, I need to get the bind set for that because, admittedly, I'm gonna copy some of the tools from Farm to, not tools, but some of the details from Farm to Farm because, look at all of these farms. That's at least 100 different areas I'll have to detail, and I also have to start keeping in mind that at some point after I put all these trees and stuff down in the ditches, that it'll bog down the frame rate for people. It'll be fine for me, but I don't know about everybody else. Thank you, Wisdombeck. Yeah, we're gonna see how that goes for the detailing. I don't know if I want to make it super detailed or if I just really want to lay into it. The technique that I'm starting to do with a lot of these maps too is focus on specific highlights, you know? So like this quarry, I mean, especially for a flat map, what makes it unique, you know? This quarry, the wetlands, and then the farms. Those are going to be the things people are really going to love. Or at least I hope so. We'll see. But I don't know if I'll do this quick too. Where is... I've got... let's pull this up. Alright, so I've got Bayport set up here. I've done a few street view comparisons. So this is what it's going to look like, somewhat. Foliage continues to be a massive pain in the ass to create because we don't have grass. But we'll see what we can use for some of this. But let's see. We'll sit by this farm. This was one of the comparisons I was doing just to kind of see if I was on the right spot. Now I have a little bit of creative license with the locations of things, but right here. See, check that out. We're gonna go from the street. You know, it's close enough. So, anyways. All right, let's go back to the game. The frame rate, well, see, it's hard for me to gauge that too because I'm pretty lucky that I have a really powerful system. It can handle a lot of the processing power that's needed for like extra props. Black Dragon Canyon used a lot of rocks, and you need to adjust your view distance. That'll be your thing, is adjusting that. That'll be your major frame rate decider. I usually average between 30 and 60, depending on what I'm looking at. Dunedin kind of got a little bit dicey after you start building, of course. I admittedly don't build too much on my maps. I've been waiting for all the mods to mature. Yeah, so the frame rate, it'll vary, but we'll see. I would say this map is going to rely heavily on details because Dunedin had hilly... I mean, I only had to detail one small little part. Everything else was kind of just trees and stuff. Dunedin just had the hills to really make it shine, the cliffs and the ocean. For Bayport, this one, it's all about the details, right? Because it's a developed area. I try to stray away from making maps of cities, like city areas. So like a lot of people are asking for Auckland, and I would love to, but I like historical starts. And by historical starts, I mean rural. What is happening? Oh, okay, those are my bushes. Quote unquote bushes. I think the music's getting a little loud again. It's hard to tell. Yeah, Black Dragon Canyon is probably the most frame rate friendly map I have in my lineup right now. Just because there's just no trees other than the river. Where is... Okay, where I need to find... Oh, I was doing my map last night. Screenshots, pictures. And I need to look up what I did for my trees. It is... Where is... Oh, I had to do something really screwy too. Oak tree. Hopefully this doesn't crash my game. Okay. To turn on anarchy, and by default, elevation lock is on. Let's make sure the editor stuff is all set up too. Okay. So people will have to manually delete these bushes, by the way. Unfortunately. So anarchy, I think I had this at -13. Oops. -13, and then make our prop line tool. Oh, I need to go back to bushes. So I have to trick the tool into giving me the spacing I want. 3.2. I'll keep it at 3 then. Back to the oak tree. And then it retains these settings. This is an accidental thing I found out. 13? I don't know why I reset that. Okay. And now I got trees and I can make my spacings, which is really nice. Yeah, balloons. I'm hoping to people could kind of replicate the, what's the word? The Federal Highway Act, so to speak. So if they build a city where, so Bayport is right up here. If they build a city, I might put the start tile kind of near here. It starts to grow out, and they can start to add freeways, kind of like they would, you know, just parallel to what's already there, and just throw in the extra 2 lanes, and then just convert it over. That's generally how it works, so that's probably what people will do, or at least I hope that's what they do. So, oh, you know, I'll save that for later. I was gonna pop open QGIS and kind of show a little bit of that, but yeah, this part is tedious though. Luckily it's quick-ish. Kind of just adding these bushes between each farm. Okay, yeah, this part. This is kind of what I'm doing today though. It's a step-by-step height map first, surfaces, then utilities, I guess. And then you have foliage after that. Well, details and then foliage. So if you add anything other than foliage, you should do that before you add foliage, because that is gonna bog everything down. Now again, I'm going to add some fences in here at some point too. They're all going to be prop fences because for some reason the net lanes, if you use it in the editor, they will never delete unless there's another option I can do, which might hopefully save me time. But yeah, I'll add trees in areas I know there's going to be trees, so I'll do my own variation. I know I could keep it entirely authentic, but that would be honestly too much work. So I'll probably throw in some creative license there. Hope everybody's enjoying the Spyro music. And what's nice about this height map is it's already got the ditches on the side of the road. I might convert a lot of these highways to dirt roads though, just because you can't really make stop signs or anything like that. You can't have any priority roads yet. So in order to do that, you need to have a lower tier of road. So dirt roads will always yield to highways. That or alleys will always have a yield sign to highways. And then highways, they'll only have a yield sign at a T intersection to each other, and then after that it's just a 4-way stop without anything. I don't know why they didn't add priority roads to the game. Maybe they just didn't have time. I would just probably guess they didn't have time. Now, detailing these rivers is also something I haven't quite thought about yet. I've thought about it, but I haven't found a solution yet. But I'll worry about that later. Yeah, Balloons. This is the Spyro soundtrack. I listen to it a lot when I'm building cities because there's just something about the aesthetic for Spyro that just ticks the right boxes, you know? Plus, it's feel good. Childhood playing that game for tens of hours, not making any progress because I'm a child, you know, but still, it has that dreamy, surreal atmosphere to it. It's a real creative. I don't know. It gets the creative juices flowing for me. I also have the SimCity 4 soundtrack. It's a little cliche at this point, but any city builder my age will usually be listening to that while they play because nothing will ever compare to their soundtrack. I haven't been a big fan of Cities Skylines 2 soundtrack though. Like, it's not bad, it's just it doesn't have the same nostalgia. SimCity 4 soundtrack, man. So I was, what, 8 in 2003 when SimCity 4 came out, or at least I got the deluxe edition. So, yeah, but I was so excited to play that game. My dad, I remember getting that game. We went to, I think, Walmart, my dad and I saw this game, and it worked on my really crappy computer. Obviously it's like a Veo or something is what it was, but by the time we got home it was like 10 p.m. and it was a school night, and I'm like, Dad, please, can I install this game and play it for a little bit? And he's like, sure, son. And oh god, what a memory. And thus City Builders, the love began. I didn't really do much with the game until I was what, 13? Yeah, 12 or 13, and I started playing the game again. It got me into modding. I didn't make mods, I just played them. And I realized I could download maps of the areas I live and build on those. Man. And SimCity 4 still lives today. People are still modding for that game. People are still playing that game. Legendary. Thinking these bushes are going to become, or trees rather, are going to become a little repetitive until I break up the pattern at certain spots. But I'm going to at least get the framework in first. It looks a little goofy for now. But until we can get actual, like, bushes and grasses and things like that, this is the best we can do. I'd love to be able to change the tree color and just make them like a dry tree, or just like a dry foliage that you would normally see on the side of the road. Let's just do that. Yeah, you're welcome. Like, I mean, if I feel old talking about when I was 8 in 2003, then I can't imagine how old you feel if you were in high school in 2003. My knees are starting to give out, man. I'm getting old too. All that kneeling. Still trying to grow my audience on Twitch though. I guess I'm just gonna have to keep streaming until they show up. Keep wanting to get all these overlays and alerts all set up, but I ain't paying $6 a month for that. Get on, yeah, you know. Yeah, I think we all grew up, if you grew up in the 2000s, late 90s, 2000s, you really lived through the golden age of gaming. Nothing will ever compare. I'll just outline this here. I'll kind of... Yeah, I'm on Twitch. See, the thing is like trying to multi-stream, I was having trouble with getting the key all set up, the stream key, and then just getting the presentation going. I know Twitch is where it's easier to get things going, but all of my followers are on YouTube, or at least the people who have subscribed because of the different maps I've done. So I'm like, how do I get them over to Twitch? So I figure if I just start streaming, eventually they'll notice that I'm also on Twitch and actually start following me there, because I'm sure, I feel like I'll grow more on Twitch for streaming at least. And Cities Skylines isn't going to be the only game I stream on Twitch, so I'm trying to be careful not to do too many variety of games on YouTube quite yet, because I think the reason anybody subscribed to me is just because of my maps and my crazy cinematics for those maps. And I feel like if I start putting DCS on my YouTube again, people might be like, ah, what is this? And start unsubscribing, which I don't want yet. I need to have a bigger audience. Again, this is for fun though, so if that happens, oh well. Again, this looks really repetitive, but trust me, it'll look good when it's done. But yeah, give me a follow on Twitch. Same username and everything. I'm streaming right now, so it'd be pretty easy to find me. Yeah, yeah, Balloons, I'm sticking with the Cities Skylines content for now. I don't want to alienate anybody quite yet. Yeah, how do I share my channel link? Oh. Here it is. So yeah, give me a follow on Twitch, because I'm still trying to grow that. That'll help me kind of grow a little bit. And eventually I'll get the good stuff going. I think for now I'm going to keep the bushes on the side of the road instead of going further into the farms. It's hard to gauge my progress because I'm not really being methodical about which farm gets what bushes at the moment. All right, and some of my folks over at Twitch are starting to say hi too. Actually, here. Okay. I think my chat screen is all jacked up. Let's see if I can fix that. Oh. I still have no idea what I'm doing. Yeah, let's not break things. We'll break things if I adjust the chat window. Ah, cheers, Balloon. Harbor Master J. I am making Bayport, Michigan. Actually, you just reminded me I need to save. Bushes. I once made a whole, like, 2-3 square mile area of fences, and the game crashed because of all the surfaces. Not fences, but farms. Oh, man. The editor needs an autosave function. So bad. But anyways, to answer your question again, Jay. It's easier to say than Harbor Master Jay. I am making Bayport, Michigan. I'm going crazy with the details on this one. I have a master plan for this, and I'll repeat that more in the future. the tiles are all going to be shaped like the plots of land. That's going to be a fun one. I think people might enjoy it. At least I will. That's the only metric I go by. So am I going to have fun? That's all I need. Yeah, I'm just placing down the details right now. Breaking up the repetitiveness a little bit later once I get the base details in there. Because a lot of this is just repetitive in mass type stuff. Getting power lines down, getting other things that people might need, and things that people will appreciate with the pre-detail. Now eventually I plan on doing some kind of video walking through the map making process. Kind of like a tutorial maybe. That and like lighting. I'm really proud of my lighting. And teaching people how to do that, you know? Is there a base? Yeah, I think so. Bayport? Here. Let's show you on the desktop here if it switched everything the way it should have. So so Bayport is, yeah, northeast of Bay City. Yeah, I figured that's what you were talking about. I chose it because of the marshlands up here, like the whole wetlands, the wildlife area, because it added something pretty special there, I would say. Song's a really loud song, so my bad. Music's getting a little too intense. There it is. Balloons. I don't know. I haven't messed too much with the in-game. Is this working? I think it is. I haven't messed too much with the wind settings quite yet. Right now, climate is a major thing that we don't have much control over right now. We used to have prefabs, but after an update, they disappeared. So now every map is continental in the climate, which sucks. But yeah, we're here and there. Jay, these are actually all vanilla textures. These are all the vanilla surfaces, like forestry, agriculture, and grass, I think were the main ones. Grass 1 and 2. And I haven't added a bunch of bird spawners. I don't know what I'm going to do about that quite yet. Many people on Dunedin didn't really know much about how the spawners worked, so I have a feeling that frustrated quite a bit of people. It's just trying to make sure there aren't any sheep in their roads and shit. I'm just putting these bushes right next to the farm for now. I don't know what my next step is going to be. Alright, just doing a big old scan. That's all set. We still need this guy here. But yeah, I'm hoping with when they come back from from Finland and stuff, they will or not. Well, they live in Finland, but when they start working on the game after the summer holiday times, I'm hoping that map making is kind of next, because I've been able to make some cool things, but I'd like to do some other cool things, you know? Alright, let's see if I got everything. Did I get bushes on every... Oh, I'm gonna do fences next. That's what I wanted to do. But, oh, I still gotta do this guy here. Try this. I think both the Twitch and YouTube chats are coming in on the feed there. I don't know yet. That's a little goofy looking. That's fine. That's okay. We'll turn it into a happy accident later. We should all compete to see who can be the Bob Ross of Cities Skylines. I don't know how this detail is going to look here, so we might redo this later, but for now, let's just stay methodical. These roads go. Guy needs a bush outline. Oh, okay. Let's so matching the foliage is actually pretty difficult. Granted, what's nice about Bayport here is it's very generic, I would say. Which is just how the bushes and stuff work, or the foliage. Oh, that turns into a what? Oh, I'm keeping that double though. Oh, I can't get a street view down there. Okay. Right here is what I wanted. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so it's like a pushed up dirt berm. Oh, so it elevates here and then dips down. That's probably how that works. Maybe? Oh, see, I messed up the height map when I introduced the road, because the road in real life isn't that high of an embankment. That's fine, though. Yeah, the topography is completely done. I was experimenting a lot with the water areas. I ended up just having to do it by hand. Because I wanted to make it authentic, but the problem was, obviously there's no LiDAR data underwater. And the bathymetry, or I don't know how to say it. It's all gradient based, I think. So you have to get clever, and I saw somebody did it for some of their maps, but that was too much work for me. I'm just like, it's gonna be just easier to do this by hand, using overlays and stuff. Maybe I'll pull up QGIS and show you what I've done. I have it under a different code. It doesn't need a code name. I just, where did it go? I was going to try Worthington, Minnesota for that sweeping flat map, but what it's currently named as. Oh, it's trippy. Okay. And typically when I start these streams, it's usually pretty far along in the map making process because I don't know half the time what map I actually want to do. Can I? Yeah, zoom out. Okay, so this is the area. Obviously, I can't do anything up here. So this is going to be the playable area. This town is just off the edge. What does the height map look like? So this is the playable height map. Depending on your screen brightness, you can see these little squares down here. In game, that just, ooh, that was a tough one to work with. But this black area is not very deep. So it's only like a 5-meter difference between this area, not even that, like 2 meters, I think, between this black and then the marshland areas. Because I think that's the actual water level when the LiDAR was going through. So I had to go in by hand and create that. And then you have the unplayable area. It looks a lot more, looks like there's a lot more to it in the height map than there actually is. This is actually very, very flat. But these marsh areas, they were also difficult. We had, there is all this texture in this marshy area with the height map from the LiDAR, but it's, it wasn't really enough, and so I had to do this by hand as well. All right, kids, let's remember, save your maps or you will cry. I have. Okay. So as far as topography goes, Jay, if you're still here, yeah, I spent a lot of time just carving this out. And I think I don't know if you were here when I showed everybody, but I'm like really proud of the texture. I created a bunch of indentations to make it look muddy and marshy. This is going to be full of trees over here somewhere, like shorter trees that you would probably see. Yeah, but for it being a flat map and being all boring and whatnot, this actually looks pretty good, especially with this lighting that I have going on here. Yeah, so here's another spot I have not done yet. Very good question, Bishop. The water flow on the map is tricky. Here, I'll paint this in quick and then I'll show everybody. The problem is when you have shallow and flat streams or something, they're incredibly hard to get to flow right. You kind of have to turn it into like a U shape. But when you've got narrow streams, it ends up being, shit, it's raining. Ends up being a massive pain in the butt. They need weather settings in the editor because this is getting annoying. All right, we finished a couple of these farms and then I'll show the water flow. Yeah, this is a whole section I haven't done yet. We'll go back. Yeah, I'm fully... One of the things I'm really enjoying about map making is creating these vast natural features and areas that are clearly like preserves and national parks and whatnot, only to watch people completely obliterate them and urbanize them. I don't know, I get a lot of amusement out of that. But question earlier for the water. So, as you can see, this is the main seawater source. Obviously, it's a freshwater lake with it being Lake Huron, but I made it huge because I needed it to cover all the playable borders so that it could flow in. For the streams, let's see if I can. I created constant level water sources, and I know that kind of sucks for the flow. And I still need to do more testing to make sure it doesn't flood. Which it shouldn't, because it's the constant level. They kind of flow, they kind of don't. But given that these are irrigation streams, there really shouldn't be too much flowage anyways. But in some areas it will flow. Like here, it's going this way. It's not really a water source though. I've kind of prided myself in creating rivers that flow. But in this particular case, I don't think it's going to be possible to create rivers that flow because they're just so small. Because these streams have all just been adapted to be irrigation at this point for this particular area. I mean, like, this is actually kind of flowing. So the idea was to have it flow out into the lake, but that is one consolation I will have to take, where things aren't going to be perfect on that one. Yeah, which sucks, because it kind of takes one of the elements of gameplay out. But if I create a constant water source, it's just going to flood like crazy, unless I get a slope going. And I don't want, like, 30-foot deep streams, you know? That's not right. So. But yeah, Bishop, like, at least if they're functional and they're visible look, they're still functional, like, if you pollute them, but you're not gonna... Thing about it too is you're not gonna put a, or at least I hope people don't do this, like a water pump in these. I hope people don't use it as a water source for their cities, because they're just gonna dry up that stream. It's not, like, there's not enough flow. They're not big enough for that. So, if the intent is to have pollution considerations with these streams, they're not drinkable streams anyways. Because if you also think about this, this is all in agriculture land, so these streams are gonna be full of pesticides and all manure and all whatever else that is going to be seeping into this groundwater. So I hope people consider that too. Where was I? I had a big section over here that didn't have foliage. Oh no. I should have been methodical about this, but I wasn't. So now I'm paying the price, which is searching for the areas I have not done yet. Here it is. Found ya. Remember, folks, if you're creating maps, create 1 billion different save games. Let's see. Just searching for those outlines here. Here's more. It's good that I have to search for them now, though. That means I'm almost done. At least with this part. I think I've still got at least 10 hours. 10 to 15 more hours to go in order to finish this map, but I don't know. At the moment, I'm kind of toying with the idea of creating a Patreon and giving people access to certain things. The only problem I'm having right now is, one, I don't really want to make it too much about that, but then two, there might be times where I just don't play Cities Skylines for like 3 months at a time or something. I don't want people who are subscribing to feel like they've been gypped out of money because they're not getting content. So that's what I'm kind of reluctant for on creating any kind of subscriber base, you know. I just do this for fun. But it would be nice to have an extra cup of coffee or something. I don't know how many of my viewers know about Finland. I think Kodiak was fundraising for his trip. I was invited to that as well, but I have work obligations, so I wasn't able to schedule a trip in September to Finland. That would have been fun though, to meet all the Cities Skylines 2 community has completely changed from the first Cities Skylines. It's kind of a changing of the guard in a lot of ways. So, seeing all the new faces emerge is actually incredibly special. I think that's pretty cool. That's going to be a fence. I don't know if I have the replace function set on Twitch. Like it. Oh well. I'll work on that in the future. Because I'm sure if you're popping up on Twitch, you're going to want to see some of the earlier work being done. Yeah, like as far as Patreon goes, like I do want to make this into something where, you know, I have more to give with the extra support, but I also feel like people might not totally like that because it's also not my job. my job is to make a bunch of photographs for the Air Force, so I'm not in the Air Force. I'm just a contractor, but I do stuff like that, and that's what breaks the bread. Everything else is just something I do over the weekend. Who knows? Maybe one day this will be bigger than this, but I don't know. I'm thinking about creating a map making. I know the modding Discord has their own map making, like threads and everything, but I'm thinking about making my own specifically, just for my like I don't know, making my own little community, just for fun, and then heavily linking it to the modding community. But I often create projects, but I've got no one to share it to because unannounced stuff. I don't want to spam Reddit and annoy the hell out of everybody out there. Plus, I don't want to ruin the engagement later by announcing big stuff too early. So, who do I share it to? How do I share my experiments? So that's what I'm thinking the Discord will be. Plus, who knows? I don't know. I don't want to take from the modding Discord though, because there's really good information over there. But I do want to share progress updates and stuff, which that'll tie into a Patreon, I would assume. But when I'm not working on anything, that's kind of the holdup. What mods did Avanya make? Or, yeah, what content did they make? I don't remember. I know the name seems familiar. I think Infrastructure List was somebody who was kind of doing that. Or there was somebody else, actually. Hang on. Because somebody was making some pretty supreme, like, assets, too. I just don't remember. And I actually subscribed to it because, you know, it was worth paying for a little bit. Like, I would definitely pay for mods. Not all of them, of course, but, you know, assets, I think, are good. If they're high quality. If they're just some model port from somewhere, it's just kind of lame, but Yeah, bishops. The I think the devs, and I can't speak for them, but I think they've acknowledged that map making is actually pretty niche, which is why it's kind of taken the back burner, which is weird because it's like the base of the entire freaking game, right? But it's niche because it just takes so much time, so you have to really just enjoy making maps, right? So I don't think they've spent a whole lot of time refining that, and given how anybody can just slap together some hills and stuff, the map making section gets pretty cluttered with memes and crazy stuff, which is fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with that, but I would like to see PDX mods be a little more organized like Steam was. I actually really like PDX mods, because you can get people on different platforms. Like, you don't have to have Steam to have your mods, and that's why they did that, and people didn't understand. But for people who are playing the game who bought it for some reason on Microsoft Store, which is kind of stupid, but whatever. Sorry if you've done that. They couldn't access mods, and this is kind of their solution to it. That, and to create their own ecosystem, but you know. Yeah. I don't know. I would love to make some kind of content creator stuff in the future. Like, get in on their content creator packs and get a little bit of a change. But I think my maps end up being maybe detailed? I don't know. It depends on how you view it, but they end up not being like overall user friendly unless you know how to play the game. At least that's the way I think of it. So building for a wider audience might kind of suck. Plus, I don't think I can use LiDAR height maps if I'm making money from it, but I'm not sure. I don't know if it's coming from the USGS. I believe it's probably public domain, but if it's a private company doing LiDAR data, that might be a little more tricky. Although in the future, I am planning on creating a map that's completely by hand. The tricky part of that's going to be, though, is the unplayable area is very hard to terraform manually. It's just the way it is. I don't know why. It seems like they should get that going, but whatever. That's one of the reasons I'm sticking strictly to LiDAR height maps for now. And then just adapting it. It takes a lot of time. So I feel like it's kind of a disservice to create a height map that's highly detailed LiDAR height maps and then not go highly detailed with everything else, you know? That's just, I feel like that might be just kind of lazy. Which again is fine, because some people just want a region that they're familiar with. I really should have been more methodical with this. I think I got everything though. That didn't take as long as I thought it would. What's up, Toby? Good to see you again. I see you over on the YouTube chat. If you want, if you have Twitch, look up a couple of messages before you and follow me on Twitch. Gonna get that growing, get that going. And maybe I'll stream a little bit more. Once I get a few more followers, it'll make it a little more viable and a little more fun to stream. Because I'm always working on these maps, so why not just include everybody else, you know? Work on my production values. I'm just reading all the chats right now. Just sucks that PDX mods is still very unorganized. Like, those menus to search for mods really aren't great at the moment. But yeah, the unplayable area, like, obviously this is a some kind of watering hole or something. I don't know what's over here, but it sucks because I want to create rivers that come from the unplayable area, but if you've got a sloped map, especially in a mountainous area, these rivers are only going to be at your water source level, like your sea level. And so I know they know about that technical limitation, because even one of the vanilla maps has that issue. But what are you going to do? Everybody has such hard to pronounce usernames. You guys, you guys are throwing me for a loop. Is it Gecko? Gecko Matt? I'm just gonna. Can I just say Gecko? But yeah, thanks, much appreciated. Yeah, Lake Anoki was really fun. I feel like Lake Anoki kind of got, I don't want to say kneecapped, but it was one of the first maps that I released when PDX Mods was released. Like, I already had it preloaded and everything because I was on their beta test for just right before release. But the problem was it had some kind of issue where their tags weren't working correct, so they had to manually go back in and fix it, or you repost it, and it just messed up the shareability. And because PDX Mods is just so hard to kind of navigate sometimes, people just aren't finding the map, which is kind of a bummer. I really like Lake Anoki. I would love to build on it, but I'm kind of discouraged because now I want to put all the surfaces and details down on the map before playing it, so that's kind of a bummer. All right, I think I got all of these areas, and if I missed any, I'll probably notice it later. And then the game crashes, right? No. Let's not wish that juju on me. Okay. So, I've done some testing, because I also want to add in some fences. Problem is the fences aren't really terrain conforming, so that's a problem. I know there's a few extra power lines or power poles in there should be, but I can't exactly control it. They feel a little too tall, realistically, but maybe not. I don't know. You never know. But I was telling everybody earlier that dirt roads and alleys, they will yield to highways. So I might scale back, because most of the roads right now, I try to keep it accurate to what's paved and what's not in real life, but I think that might be the wrong move. I might convert these all side roads to dirt roads or alleys. And I think right now what I'm doing is I'm gonna get all the fences in, and then maybe I'll start working on the marshlands. No, maybe I'll do the marshlands last. I'm not sure yet. Because when I put all these trees into this area, it's gonna be nuts. Like, I still want to put like a little parking area for a boat landing there. Same with up by Bayport itself. Create a boat landing over here. Because as you can see, they dredged the marshland so people could access the lake. Gecko on Mac. Nice. I'll try to remember that. Appreciate you. And then doing this texturing. All right, let's see if it's easy to downgrade those roads. I'm done with the oak tree for now. Just wanted roads. Here it is. Okay. Oh, what do I want to turn into a dirt road? Where's all my connections? All right, so there isn't a connection there. So maybe... Does that one connect to the edge? Oh my gosh. This hurts me. Should I? Oh, wait. Maybe... Hold on. Should I just do that now? That looks better, does it not? Yeah, let's do that. Okay, the question is, will this turn... Does a dirt road yield to an alley? It does. Good. There, that feels a lot better. All right, let's just leave that as a highway for now. Any of those connect? No, okay. Let's turn this into a gravel road. Ooh, Jay, good point. I don't think I can change the speed limit, though, in the map editor. That sucks. And thanks, Rizdemek. Yeah, like... I don't know, I enjoy my strategy from map making, and it seems that people generally do too. Oh, the unevenness of these bushes is driving me insane. We'll leave that the way it is, though, for now. I don't know. I might actually play... I'm not a huge fan of flatter plains type maps, personally. I like mountains, but I'm really tempted to actually just start making... I haven't built a city in a long time. I've just been making maps since the release of the game. I'm actually really tempted to do a series on this map once I'm done, because just... There's something about the creative bounds of putting in these farmlands and just kind of growing your city based on those historical boundaries. It's just really cool to me. Yeah, Bishop's paved side road. That's kind of the idea. Although some of the roads I'm putting in here, they're definitely not like side roads. But yeah, let's leave that in that way. But I also don't have, you know, smaller highway kind of things. I am actually pretty impressed with this particular iteration of Cities Skylines and, you know, just the base road assets. I have been able to do so much with vanilla that I couldn't dream of doing with vanilla Cities Skylines 1. Those already yield. Okay, cool. Let's... And yes, this little intersection, this is how it actually is in real life. So hopefully people don't think I'm half-assing that, because that's what it's supposed to look like. Priority level? Where's... Is there a priority level? Where do I find that? That's actually not exactly what I want to do. That'll be a little goofy looking. I'll leave that one alone. In the prefab editor. Oh, okay. I'll work on that in a second. I think I'll get some of these going and then I might experiment. I'm very afraid, let's do this, of accidentally upgrading the wrong road and misaligning it and then adding an extra 30 minutes of work trying to fix it. So let's just get a save going here. I've asked them if they could, by them I mean the folks over in the beta, if they could add a freaking undo button, for the love of God. Give us an undo button. Also made a few suggestions about how a surface tree brush might work, so that might be a modder's choice kind of thing, but I think I actually should have made this dirt road. Let's make it a dirt road. I'm still perplexed as to why they did all-way stops, but not two-way stops. Oh, that's right. Pretty sure that's not an issue. Why? Oh, that's right. There's no gravel bridges. That makes sense. I'm pretty sure those trees, even though the little markers are higher than they should be, I'm pretty sure that's not going to be an issue. No, I never really played Transport Fever 2. I tried to. I was a kid back in those, because I really liked how the highways worked in that, so I wanted to create my own, but it ended up not being quite what I wanted it to be, so I never really played it. But I made the suggestion, I think, to some modders, that when they make the surface brush or surface tool, that they make the paint bucket tool, just to kind of get like a filler kind of thing. And I'm really glad somebody figured it out, because for those of us who loved Cities XL, that was something we did a lot of, was just the filler tool. Oh, that's a pipeline. I was like, what is that? Okay. This part kind of sucks. I wish I didn't have to do it. But I think this is a good detail change. Just to keep traffic, because I think the I've also had issues with traffic with this map going back and forth. in through weird routes through the map, I mean. Priority for the UI. Okay. Yeah, I really have to actually check that out in a sec. Shoot. Oh, that hurts. Damn. Let's turn off the snapping. Ouch. Okay. Oh no, that one needs to stay a highway. Crap. Oh. Damn it. See, this is what I was talking about. Oh, this is an OCD nightmare. Good God. All right, well. Ouch. Well, roads are imperfect anyways. I hope this tree thing isn't going to be an issue. Yeah, let's leave it like that. That's fine. Where does this road go? Yeah, I didn't plan this out very well. This is pretty difficult. I think I've got enough variation though. Oh, that hurts my brain. Wait, why is this dirt and nothing else? Where does this go? Wait, was this the one that went by the quarry? No, okay, it wasn't. So we'll change this to gravel. Yeah, Gecko. Slow but sure. Okay, no, that was on purpose. Okay. Slow but sure wins the race, right? Should I leave that as a highway? I'm gonna leave that as a highway. That's one of the main roads. Leave that there too. That's the main highway. That can stay. How about this? That can stay. Where does this one go? I think I want to make this one an alley again. I'm gonna lose my mind. I hope that's aligned. That was a gamble. All right, we're good. Anybody's noticed, I usually don't put giant freeways on my maps. That's entirely conscious of a choice. Okay, should I just, yeah, let's turn that into a gravel road too. Not gravel, but alley. So I can see what I'm doing. In real life, this is actually like a highway as well. It just kind of turns into whatever else is going there, but... hard to really know. I wish I could do like some kind of overlay that shows me what road these are, what kind of road. Because what I'm now finding with this build is how incredibly difficult it is to process what's in front of me without going insane. I'm gonna leave that the way that is too. This I think it can turn into an alley as well. Oh wait, actually I take that back. At least not yet. Let's do one of these. Let's just turn it into an alley halfway through. Kind of like one of those roads that transitions, you know? What else we got? I think I should convert this as well. I know I did this one already, but I'm gonna make it a dirt road. Now I hope those trees don't become a problem later. I've released maps with bigger problems before. Oh shit, was there a bridge in there? Wait, why is this whole thing paved? Did I do that just now? I did. Yeah, let's leave that the way it is. Alright. I think I'm okay with the way that turned out. Alright, let's save this. Is everybody over at Twitch now? Seems like Alright, here it is. Now, I have been told the Move It mod works in the editor. Where'd it go, E? Oh, okay. Let me fix that. Everything is saved. We're gonna save just in case. Save this again. You know what? I'll fix that later. Okay, what's next? No, because I might crash my game if I don't. Right to main menu. No, let's go to desktop. We're back here. We're gonna get rid of GUI. Let me pop open Paradox mods. We're gonna unsubscribe to GUI. I can't figure out what mod that is. Wait, is anybody familiar with the GUI mod? It was just there. You know what? That might actually be an older mod. Alright, let's relaunch everything now. All right, I'm gonna let that load for a sec. All right. Oh, mods data? Oh, dang, I forgot about that too. All right. No, okay, mods data. All right, where's the local mods as well? Yeah, it's still in there. Ah, damn. Was that on Paradox Mods as well? I don't know what this issue is, but if anybody knows what the cloud issue is, I don't know what it is. Yes, that was pre-Paradox Mods, I think. All right, let's exit out of that and delete it again. Oh no, I'm still subscribed to it. Where is it though? Oh, I want to get back to map making. Yeah, I don't know if I ever unsubscribed to it, so I'm not quite sure. Here it is. Okay. Xavier, yeah, there should be a sandbox mode. You just set when you start a new map, just do unlimited money. Or you could just open up the console and give yourself money too. Okay, so PDX mods. So are you saying that it I'm pretty gonna break things, aren't I? Are you saying that like if it's in the app local, that it's just gonna repopulate? I think that's what's kind of happening here. No, I still subscribe. Well, now we'll just get rid of that. Interesting. Anyways. I quit. Alright, now I'm gonna have to redo that. I did delete it a couple of times and it just kept repopulating, but I couldn't find it. But now we got it. Alright, now we should be back on track. Xavier, I believe it's the difference is your access to DLC in the future is kind of the main thing, plus whatever DLC they already have, which used to just be beaches, but beachfront assets, which is no longer the case because they gave it to everybody for free. Alright, I think we have fixed that issue. What I was originally meaning to do is go into move it, hotkeys. So who is telling me that the Radco is telling me that the move objects up and down bindings weren't exactly great, so 9 and 3. Okay, 9 and 3 might be the opposite. Okay, so I'm gonna load last map up, just kind of see what the details look like without all of that nonsense. I really gotta rename that. Oh, thanks, Jay. I'm actually gonna have to use that. Because, yeah, the launcher is a pain in the ass. I'm gonna load my, anybody hasn't figured it out yet, but the photo mode, you can actually save all your settings and use it as a preset for your lighting. Okay, so how's all this looking now? These trees feel high. I need to figure out how to get more variation in them too. It's not just a bunch of flat bushes. I missed one. No. Oh no, this is an older map. That's fine. That's the one I wanted. Xavier, I am creating a map for a downloadable map for PDX mods. And so I'm just putting down all the details. Could have sworn it. Oh, okay. I was like, I could have sworn I turned that into a paved road. Oh no, that's an issue. I didn't think about this. I didn't realize all the alleys actually have streetlights on them. That's a pain in the ass. Does anybody know how to get rid of those? Yeah, I do have rotation offset, but sometimes it's too much for the variation, so it doesn't exactly pop out the way it should. I'm gonna have to fix these roads too. We can't have random streetlights in the middle of a side road. I think I just have to make them all alleys, not alleys, but dirt roads. Oh, I'm at the stage where it's hard to find my save game. Here it is. Xavier, this is based off of Bayport, Michigan. So we're gonna fix this quick. Anything that is an alley, we're gonna turn into a dirt road. And it's raining. Precipitation. Let's get rid of that. Alright. That really sucks. Unless there's a way to get rid of these streetlights, which I don't think there is. Probably could change the prefab, but it's more work than I need to be doing right now. There we go. I will forget some of these. That is super tedious. Type F in the chat if you've ever lost a save game to a crash and you've had to repaint in all the roads you had just done. Okay, I'm just gonna have to be methodical about this quick. Thank you for patience, everybody. Yeah, it hurts my eyes to do this, but it's necessary. There's less roads over here than I thought there were. Ah, there they are. Okay. Oh, that's the train tracks. Here's one. I know there's another one I paved over here somewhere. Actually gonna turn this into a dirt road. Maybe? Alright, I'm gonna test that. Oh, okay, never mind. I mean, it's a small inconvenience. It just kind of... I liked having a little bit of the paved roads in there, but that's fine. I think I got all of them. Okay, here's a good idea. So tell me real quick where they are. Just look for the light. You know, it used to be roads needed to be connected to power to light up, which honestly was kind of a pain in the ass. Boy, this game has changed in a year. Okay. Ow, that hurt. All right, problem solved. Xavier, I'm pretty sure the Ultimate Edition has everything. Including like a season pass or whatever, but I ended up pre-ordering, so it's been a long time since I've looked at the packages. And currently, I actually don't have Deluxe in here, the Ultimate version or whatever, because during beta testing, some weird things with their keys happened, and they're gonna have to give me whatever DLCs they give out manually. Oh, this is hard to find. Yeah, I think it's all good. What was I doing next? Fences. I think fences might be the last thing on the docket for now. Braille 182, yes. I'm looking forward to using them too. I haven't played my maps very often. I haven't done much with them. But yeah, the NZ maps are just nice. I enjoy them a lot. Yeah, all these details are starting to show up. What else can I do to break up the pattern of these bushes? Like, it's fine the way it is, but I'm sure I could do more. Bushes are too small. See, all these trees are just so small. Apple tree. Huh, no. What if? I mean, yeah, I probably could just do... I don't really want to do a whole lot of that, but... And then we could do spacing variation, random rotation, offset by 1. How would that look? Oh, too low now. I'll do that at other parts. Okay, I'll save that for later. I could put surfaces on top, but I feel like that would frustrate people too much, because then that's too many. Like, I'm already pushing it with the surfaces, and I'm pretty sure I've never had issues with these being up here, so we'll see what happens. I really like mountain, Xavier, I really like mountain maps a lot more, but this one I'm just trying out to see what I can do with a marshy farmland kind of map. What was I doing? I was doing fences. I keep getting sidetracked. Now the name of the game here will not be to be putting down net lanes, because I have not gotten them to delete right in game, even with the mod. So how did I end up doing this? Oh. Okay. Oh man, this could be a lot of props. I think the game can handle it though. What do you guys think? Should I create a bunch of fences around this map? It's gonna be... I don't know, how many do you think is one stretch here? Do you think it's worth it, or should I just leave the bushes? Come on, zoom out. There you go. Maybe I'll just do a test here. Right about there. Good idea. Maybe I'll just put them around the highways, and then the dirt roads will be without. How low did I want to make these? I think I can... I wish I could put down wire fences. That would be just as a net lane. I don't know how I feel about that. Frail, this is actually Bayport, Michigan. Alright, we're gonna get rid of these. It didn't turn out the way I would hoped it would. Got all the stragglers? Okay. Where was I? I don't need that. Where happened to my industrial fence? Wonder, could I get a stand-in for wire? No, I guess I couldn't do that. Nope. Those are the net lanes. I really wish I could use the net lanes in the editor. People can't delete them. Am I blind? I am definitely blind. Where did it go? Here it is. Yeah, and they're these farms are all vanilla, so I'm keeping the asset list or the mod list for this map extremely minimal. Gonna make it a little higher on this. I don't like how much foliage is peeking through fences. I also don't want this to be too high up. Is the fence backwards? No. That one. And then this one I could place it a little bit lower. That fence is going a little too far, but that's fine. Oh, it's doing that randomized thing again. I could have sworn I turned that off. It's fine. You like this? And then I'll do the same thing over here. I don't want to make it too close to the road. Ugh, they're gonna be different colors, aren't they? You bastards. Fine. Practically, I'm not going to try to get the colors to match up, because I turned off the randomization, but it's still giving me the variance. Oh boy. That is a lot of props. I'm going to gamble with it, though. I'm going to try it. I don't know, it's kind of looking good though. That boy Xavier, yeah. Jump down the... Yeah. Jump down the rabbit hole, get into the mods, and spend thousands of hours of your life in Cities Skylines. It's a good way to spend your life. At least, I think so. Damn it. Damn it, with these colors? Go. Nope. Sometimes this game, man, I swear. It's a little... It's a little... Wasa. Okay. It's a little tricky. Oh, this is gonna jack all my stuff up that I just did. No, this sucks. No? Okay, we're good. I don't know, I can get behind it. I'm not a fan of this corner here. Let's try this again. I don't want to do this for every intersection though, so that'll get old real quick. Oh my god. Random my ass. Come on, give me the color I want. Damn it, it was right there. Okay. Now we got it. Ridiculous, man. Maybe, I think I earmarked to download that one at some point to keep them from getting all randomized, but I may have forgotten about it, and that's probably why I'm having so many issues. You know how we solve this? Yeah. We just pull a Bob Ross and turn those squiggles into birds. I don't know, how's that gonna look? I don't know, for as imprecise as the fence is gonna be, I'm almost tempted to not. But the visual aspect of it looks pretty good. So if I just limit it to scope, that might actually be a good idea. What do you guys think? Should I add the fences around the main roads, or should I just not? I mean, it adds more personality to it, even with the imperfections. I kind of like it, but I also kind of hate it. It's going to take a long time, and it's going to be pretty taxing, methinks. That just hurts me. Let's just get rid of that. I don't think that one was meant to be there anyways. To fence or not to fence? That is the question. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, let's... I think I'll limit it in scope, and then I can always add more later after I do more stuff, because essentially I'll just go through this whole process of observing and re-observing the map for details and issues that I may have missed. I just wish I could use the net lanes. That would make it a lot easier, but alas, I cannot. I mean, that does actually look pretty nice, I would say. Okay, yeah. What I'll do is I'm gonna only place them on roads that are connected to the edge of the map. Because these trees, once they get all the trees in there too, I think lower end systems are gonna have issues, which usually isn't my concern. But I also don't want to be an asshole, so. Okay, yeah. Plus, I also don't want to spend 10 years making fences, because that will hurt me inside. Plus, surprisingly, in Bayport, Michigan, when you look at the Google Maps or Street View, a lot of these farms actually don't have fences, which is interesting. I know anything I do that includes, like, if I try to make a livestock farm, that will definitely have fences all around. So I do plan on putting cow and sheep props everywhere, mostly cows. Inverse of the Dunedin map where there's sheep everywhere. I'm not going to put spawners this time though, because people seem not to understand how that actually worked, and I don't feel like explaining to everybody how to handle that. So no spawners this time. On the bright note, and this is why I've been a little more liberal with the props on the maps, is Cities Skylines 2 handles prop view distances quite a bit better than Cities Skylines 1. So I have found that you could really spam it and the game will be okay for the most part, as long as you reduce your view distance if there's a lot going on. The true Kiwi experience, having ice cream with sheep. Where am I? Okay, there we go. My main road, I think this is the main road. All right, let's figure out where this is gonna go now. It's gonna be on the other side of the power lines. It is. Okay, I'm all right with that. Oh crap, I don't know which elevation is that. There's a mod that lets you figure out what elevation a certain contour is at, but I don't have that set up yet. I really should, given exactly what I'm doing. Worst case, and this has been my philosophy on using an excess of fence work or prop work, is people can always delete the props if it messes with their frame rate. Yeah, it's a pain in the ass, but the problem is if I had a lot of people complain that they don't know how to delete it, which I don't really know how to save them, because it's a basic function of the game, and that's kind of a problem the devs maybe should have worried about more. Nah, I don't need a fence there. Oh boy. I don't know, does that look too bad? There's nothing I could do about it. I mean, when you think about it, though... I can't tell if it looks too jagged. Really? I haven't tried that yet. Does Better Bulldozer also let you select... Because like, if it lets you select a specific prop to remove from all map. Maybe we could suggest that to Yin Yang. Maybe they'll add that in. I think I actually kind of already suggested something kind of like that. But I don't remember what I said. Oh. These bushes are squeezing me in now. I don't know. I'm also okay with foliage peeking through the bushes. This one's really close to the road, though. Maybe I'll just get it in there and worry about it later. I don't need fences for that one. That'll be a forest. Should use that to insult people. Your fences look home built. Now, I found that since playing Cities Skylines, that I've noticed city layouts and everything is a lot more... Can I do this? Will this work? Unorganized and uneven than even some of the wildest cities creations. Kinda dig it. I can... You know, let's roll with it. I'm gonna go with it. If I could get this to align the way I want it, though. Mode it is. Nice little curve. Jay, what do you mean to know? Do you mean no to it being a good insult? Or know that it looks pretty dumb? You know what? I'm just not gonna put a fence there. I messed that up pretty bad. I think I got all of them. I don't think that one needs a fence either, if I'm honest. Just keep this one straight. I don't know if you guys noticed, but the height map also has embankments for like little driveways and stuff to get to the farmlands from over the ditches. So that's actually kind of a cool detail. I'm just going to divert a little bit and just go with that for a second. Oh, okay. I get you, man. Like, yeah. I think he was considering some, or yeah, I think they were kind of considering some of that, but I don't quite remember what those discussions were. Yikes. Would that work? No, it wouldn't. Stick with the straight lines for now. Oh gosh, what have I done? Okay, where are we now? I don't know, does it look dumb with one side with fences? I don't think so. Why? Here we go. I'm okay with it being backwards. They should have made these a little more... Like, I don't want the fence to just end, you know? Maybe. I know this road curves, which is kind of creating an issue. I don't know if I can be that precise. Yeah. I'm too lazy to do that. Let's get rid of all these. Alright, I think I could keep this straight line here going with a couple of fences. Yeah, I'm starting to scale this back a little bit and kind of think about it. Nope. And then that empty plot of land is gonna be... I might just throw trees in there just to not go too crazy with the detailing. So I'm going crazy, but I shouldn't go that crazy. Okay. That was a straight line. But that having fences. Wow, okay. Might be good for a fence. Oops. Let's not pay attention here. Maybe just one side. That's dumb. Yeah, this is a bit of a challenge, if I'm honest. I don't know, part of me doesn't hate it, but there's also part of me that really hates it. Oh, okay, that's fine. I forgot that I was doing that. I don't know, would it look weird if only one side has fences? Oh, okay. That's a little daunting, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, these end caps are kind of a problem. I don't know, like... I think I'm just gonna have to be okay with it if I'm gonna do this. I can't wait for people to turn these fields into giant suburban hellholes. I wish I could name the tiles as you buy them too. Be like Farmer John's plot of land. He didn't want to sell, but he had to. Because they found oil under his farm and they were giving him tons of money. He was the last holdout. His neighbors all sold before him. But with ailing age, he realized he could no longer support his farm. So he sold it. Okay, that's getting tragic. I'm gonna shut up now. Damn it. I forgot that I was in the single mode. Keep forgetting. I think I've been playing for too long. Oh boy. I know these are all going to be half backwards, but it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Oh, this is such a long road. This track is pretty poppin', man. I'm really digging this trumpet. The trombone. I suck at music. Anyways. I can really get behind this. A few quirks with the fences, but I think the payoff is pretty useful, right? I'll put a little farmstead here. I don't know, it works out. Oh. Trying to keep it on the same elevation all the way out so I don't have random bumps and stuff everywhere. And if the fences end up being too costly, I think I can always just scale them back. Okay with it not totally being there. And okay, detailing this map is like trying to find your way through a desert because there just aren't any physical landmarks in the interior of the map to really give you a bearing on where you are and how far you are in a certain part of the project. Because you look up, you're like, whoa. It feels barren, but yeah, I'll admit the main idea is to do it with main roads, but I've kind of just gotten into a rhythm now where I'm just kind of throwing it wherever, at least on the highways. I fully intend for people to delete all these details, by the way, but I've been wording it like this as well, is gives people some inspiration, right? So I'm thinking the recipe for a good map is one that's beautiful, right? Fun to build on, all that fun stuff. And then also though, one that has detailing elements that'll give you that little spark of inspiration, you know? So when you start building, you're like, oh wait, I can do this, I can do that. Whoa, all right. Should I put a fence on this one? I'm gonna put a fence on this one. I'm kind of hoping this is what this does, you know? Gives people that extra like, ooh, I can do that? Just by downloading the map. It might also frustrate people, but that's all right. I'm actually just building this the way I would like to play, so. I think I'm okay with the foliage peeking through the fence. Ooh, kind of torn actually. I don't like it peeking through the fence the way it was. Yeah, Bishop, that's exactly like what these features are intended to do, is frame your map. Because sometimes when I'm starting a map, I'm not always keen on filling it with rural area, but I want my cities to be framed by rural areas, you know? I really want that feel, right? So that's usually how I start a map. So my concept here too is give people that option, right? So if they want to start a map with rural areas framed by all that, they don't have to spend tens of hours of gameplay until they get tired of the map just filling the areas that they want filled, that they can then frame their cities with, you know? So there's a few like paradigms in there, I would say. Camps of thought in why you should have a map that's already pretty well detailed, you know. I just wish some of the tools for painting in some of these details were a little more mature, if that makes sense. Like these fences, you know. Unfortunately, modders, when they're making their mods, and this isn't a ding on anybody who's making these mods, they're not really thinking about the editor and the compatibility. So I mean, that's fair though. That's completely fair. And with these details, I am trying to make it more of a gameplay decision as well. So we'll see how that ends up panning out for me. I have no idea how far I've gotten with these fences. Where am I? Do these need fences? No, they don't. It's peeking through. No, I'm okay with that. I'm gonna leave that there. I don't know, anybody have any thoughts with foliage peeking through fences? Oh, I've done a lot. Although I think this should have a fence. But yeah, points of interest should have details. Okay, never mind. That was a bad choice. I'll just frame this farm with more foliage because there's a lot of overgrowth around this quarry. It's I wish I had more control over the foliage type and stuff. But you make do. I also don't want people to download mods for the map if they can help it. Because then I get people who are mad about having to use anarchy and stuff, and I'm just like, oh well. One of these days, I'll figure out that I'm supposed to be a little more methodical. My process, so I don't get lost. One day, though. One day. Ooh, I don't want to clip through the power lines, but I guess I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna leave that one there and not go any further. Ooh. So the solution to some of this would be oh, what? What have I done? That's interesting. I kind of like it. It's like a bent over fence, you know? I'm gonna leave that. Well, like, and if you force people to have to get those mods, they also have to learn how to use them, and not everybody wants to do that. So, because then you get the questions of how do I use this mod? It's like, well, read the README? I don't know. I go to single prop mode, but it seems to not retain the color of the fence. So I have to keep the prop line. I think trees end up being the most taxing. I think props have been totally fine. To spam, it's definitely the trees that get people. Which is especially prevalent when the season changes, obviously. You know, the cool thing about this, though, is consoles will probably be able to download these maps and completely use them. There's gonna be a lot of mad console players when they find out all the cool looking maps are probably gonna require anarchy mods. But all the more reason for the devs to make that a core feature. But I say that, but that would require people to be, what's the word I'm looking for? Okay with the fact that the player themselves are likely to misuse the tool in weird ways, and that it's not the game's fault that the tool isn't working the way they thought it would. Oh, that went further. I'm pretty sure I should be done soon with these fences. I think I've placed enough. I still have more to do. What's nice is this map's going to have all of the resources one could want. Yeah, I don't mind that. That looks good. Should I skip that one? Yeah, I'll skip this. No, that's not. Somebody's going to notice that, or at least I'm going to notice it. I'm cool with that. Just in case. Remember, folks, save your maps. Save your mind, save your maps. Save your maps, save your mind. You don't want to go insane because your 10 hours of work just went down the drain. Oh my god. Alright. I know I don't need to do this, but I want to. Probably detrimental if I'm honest, but... The thing about detailing like this is it's a lot more work for the player in a lot of cases too, just to do simple things like build a road, because now they have to contend with all these details. But again, it's kind of the point. All right. Done yet? No. I know I haven't done anything with this yet. No, I don't need a fence there. Cheers, Jay. Thanks for the chat too, man. Have a good rest of your night. Cheers, bishops. Yeah, it's later afternoon for me, but yeah, you have a good night too. Can't wait to share it. Can't wait to see you guys again. Balls. That's a royal pain in the ass. Alright, let's fix that now. I got a little lost. Started straying off in a random direction. I see what happened here. I didn't realize my road curved. I'm gonna leave this one without fences. Yeah, let's do that. I think I've done plenty. If I change my mind later, I change my mind. Be a pain. That's gonna be too much of a pain. Nope. It's not gonna work. Alright, so that detail is about as good as it's gonna get. Alright, well, I don't really think I should put fences there. I think we're good with these fences for now. All right, let's save this here and kind of get a lay of the land again. I don't think I should put more fences, honestly. I think it's going to be about as interesting as it's going to be. Oh, see, I can't edit these. Okay, bummer. All right, so now save one more time in case I forgot. All right, let's take a look at it in game. What did I name it again? Is it fence? It's not bad. Like, I'm not a fan of some of these areas where they kind of pop up. I mean, I could always just do this. And then just make it look like bent fences, you know? Because they'll seem to actually contour a little bit. How's that? It's a little goofy. That's just quite a bit goofy, actually. But in little areas where it's like super good, like here, it could make it look like raggedy fences, right? I'm not saving this quite. Oh, it just updates it in a really weird way. I mean, that might work, though. And that might help out later. Oh, I didn't want to save. Okay. You know? I like it. I wish the fences could be a little more uniform, but I think I'm okay with that, actually. Like the unevenness too kind of lends itself to some interesting visuals, you know? But that's not bad. I could probably go in to move it and fix some of this too. That's an option. Alright, so any uneven bits I'll kind of go back in later and then just kind of fix them. Like this guy right here. Yeah, that's what I'll do. What about this over here? Does this just dip down? How would I fix that though? I don't know. If you really think about it, though, fences all over the place, they're never even anyways. They're all going to be all ragged and broken and shit. So, like, something like this, that's fine, you know? Was this one of the one I was editing? No, it wasn't. Except for some of these. Like, if it's by the road junction, I might... I might fix them up a little bit. I don't know, that kind of adds like a little bit of character to it. What do you think? Yeah, this is looking nice. I'm really excited about this map. There's still tens and tens of hours to go in terms of the development of this map, but I'm kind of digging it now, though. Getting some of the big details going. Don't want to go too crazy with the fences. I might add more later. Kind of last minute if I feel like I've got time or the urge. Like, this will end up looking pretty nice once I get the trees in there too. I think people might appreciate that. Like, this complete junction just kind of looks pretty nice. Oh, that was a close call. I need some stop signs up in here. Oh. Oh. Oh my. That's dangerous. That's looking good though. Screenshot right there. I like this. Yeah, that's looking real good. All right, well, a lot of good progress today. That's all I've got in me for now. I just wanted to show off progress of this new map and kind of get the ball rolling for future streams and reconnecting with some cool ideas from anybody. Still a lot of work to do, a lot of trees to place, other details. Hopefully we don't nuke the map with too many details, but I'm thinking this is going to be a particularly unique map that I think people will definitely enjoy, especially with the details and the concept behind it as well. So, all right, folks, that's all I've got in with me. Thank you for... Yeah, people really need to learn how to drive. Thank you for tuning in today. Much appreciated. And don't forget, I have a Twitch for you to check out. Pop in over there and give me a follow. It helps me a lot. Otherwise, enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for tuning in, and until next time, I'm RaftermanNZ. Cheers.